The astrologer 𝙃𝙚𝙪 has prepared an annual prediction Capricorn and for those who are interested in this sign. Whether you are a Capricorn or you want to know the prediction for a loved one born under this sign, this horoscope is a detailed list of information you need to know for the favorable course of this year. When looking at the astrological chart for this year, the horoscope does not only look at the ruling Capricorn element, although it also affects how the energies will be affected in the year. In the beginning, we will analyze a short overview of who a Capricorn is, and we will also mention the strongest transits related to the development of a Capricorn's life. Earth is the element that rules the 10th sign in the sequence. Astrology ranks Capricorn among the earth signs of the zodiac, just like Taurus and Virgo. Even though these three signs have a common element, horoscopes in this period are still different. Capricorn's ruling planet is Saturn. During this year, Saturn moves to March in the Aquarius sign. In this year, after more than 900 days, it changes its action because it enters the Pisces sign. And so, in this year, your ruler moves his action from the second astrological house to the third house. In addition, Capricorn perceives the retrograde action of Saturn in the third house from June 17th to November 14th. The more detailed Capricorn annual forecast also talks about the effect of retrograde Saturn in other lines and sections. The chart for Capricorn also perceives the essential Capricorn-esque question: how will love develop and what will relationships be like this year? Capricorn defines the most strongly influenced relationships of taken and single Capricorns from March to May, when Mars influences love. Later, the vibrations of the Sun also come into play, which also affect Capricorn relationships. And that is from June until August. As for partner compatibility and matching of partners for single Capricorns, the 𝙃𝙀𝙪 predicts the strongest relationships for taken people with the Taurus, Cancer, and Virgo signs. These three signs represent a solid partnership for a taken Capricorn. They will bring a lot of harmony and understanding into your relationship in this year, which is why relationships with the above signs are the strongest for a long-term engaged Capricorn. But on the other hand, there will be disturbing relationships with the Gemini and Aquarius signs. Two zodiac signs can cause more arguments and misunderstandings in the long term in this year. Even for single Capricorns, Aquarius represents the most unsuitable combination for a relationship in this year. The love horoscope for single Capricorns describes the connection with Scorpio, the other Capricorn, with the signs of Pisces or Libra as ideal for a strong, solid, and steadfast relationship in the future as well. In addition, the horoscope assumes that a person born in one of the listed signs is the most ideal partner for Capricorn in this year. For solving family matters, the most suitable energies come right from the third month, March. Since March, family relationships have been roaming with the energy of Capricorn, and the resolution of these relationships comes to the attention of your sign from March until the end of April. However, the Capricorn chart does not predict extraordinary disasters in family relationships. An important astrological aspect of the year is not only retrograde Saturn. Even Venus, with its retrograde process from July 23rd to September 4th, will strongly influence the energy of the 10th sign Capricorn. In this regard, Venus will manifest itself most strongly at the end of July and through the month of August. Thanks to the mentioned Venus during this year, Capricorn receives a gift of new energy and driving force. Your ideals are not high, and you can be satisfied with more modest conditions and smaller achievements. This position of Venus is beneficial for your feelings. Thanks to a better outlook on the world, you are now not chasing success, you are not affected by stress. And this position of Venus is therefore extremely beneficial for Capricorn health. Things during this period can take a completely opposite direction than you initially planned. But don't worry about things being different than you originally wanted them to be. Your adaptation to change is admirable. Well, watch out. The influence of this Venus can have a negative effect on the closest relationships. It is a problem for you to show your feelings. Impatience will also be manifested in full force now, especially in relation to love and plans in love for the future. You want things right away, which can scare your partner. Therefore, the horoscope says that the period of retrograde Venus is not a good time to deal with a shift in a relationship. Not even for weddings or pregnancy. Pregnancy Capricorn Annual Forecast, however, considers the months of February, March and later also the months of September, October, November and December to be a favorable period. Each of these months is a suitable time for a Capricorn pregnancy and for these big decisions. Capricorn Pregnancy Annual Forecast also predicts greater fertility for Capricorns than in previous years. With the arrival of the last quarter, your attention will be focused on work duties, but also on friends. November and December are also months when Capricorn perceives the importance of what they believe in. Also, the end of the year appears to be favorable for several decisions of Capricorns that are related to health. Capricorn enters this year in the season of its sign. Therefore, several Capricorns celebrate their birthdays until January 20th. However, the Capricorn season in this period does not end on January 20th. Even at the end of the year comes the period when December Capricorns celebrate their birthdays. A Capricorn is any person born from December 22nd to January 20th. The end of the year, i.e., the December Capricorn season, is manifested by the full moon in the 7th house. The moon is placed in the Cancer sign, so the attention of your sign is fully focused again on your family and the related building of stronger bonds. The last full moon of this year is a significant transit for Capricorn, who is looking for a sense of security and safety. This feeling is reflected in the final period of this year, and specifically in the second half of December. That is, the period of birth of December Capricorns. Several Capricorns can take on a motherly role under the vibration of this moon at the end of December. If you are a childless Capricorn, you are thinking about how the role of a parent would change your life. The moon also multiplies your intuition and gives Capricorn a more extroverted nature. These energies are suitable for Capricorns planning a fun end to this period and celebrations. Thanks to the benefic influence of the moon in the 7th house and the placement of Venus in the 11th house, you feel an extremely friendly atmosphere and feel the desired emotional security. A strongly built moon formed into a full moon in the Cancer sign represents better relationships and new contacts, Annual Forecast Capricorn adds. Thanks to the favorable astrological positions of the final months, you will still get a lot done. Before the arrival of 2024, Mars in the 12th house is also a harbinger of the personal, spiritual Capricorn development. A certain transformation awaits you if you consciously seek it. If you want to grow, learn, discover new limits of your life. However, Mars in the 12th house also warns of health complications, which the Capricorn health horoscope in this period foretells more about in the final part of the Capricorn prediction. Negative energies that affect Capricorn this year. Throughout the year, Capricorn deals with feelings, which can sometimes be negative. This happens when the Sun, Mercury, or other astrological planets are negatively aspect. Capricorn must first of all focus on strengthening their own psychological resistance. This will also be tested by Saturn in retrograde motion in the second part of the year. Some days are so difficult for Capricorn that you stop believing in yourself. The initial 3 months are not manifested by negative aspects, even if in the first days of January your energy is still affected by retrograde Mercury in the 1st house. Capricorn expects its strongest action from the 1st to the 5th of January, so you can feel the power of this planet and its more disturbing expression through your person. Capricorn's impatience is manifested in the first 18 days of the year. Perhaps you have already decided on the things you want to accomplish in the year before the arrival of this year. Be careful, however, you don't have to do everything in the first few days, reminds the annual Capricorn Annual Forecast. In these days, single Capricorns should choose their potential partners wisely. You have a tendency to be lured into lies. From March 25th, Mars is placed in the 7th house. In this regard, it is dangerous for Capricorns who desire rapid development in a relationship. It is unfavorable for Capricorns who do not want to wait. Well, for impatient people. This is because Mars, set in this way, speaks of an impulsive shift in the relationship. Single Capricorns will be in a hurry and thus may enter into an early and especially thoughtless marriage. Or make other sudden decisions that later turn out to be not the wisest. Impulsivity is the main keyword of the period when Mars vibrates in the sign of Cancer from March 25th to May 20th. However, be careful during this period. Capricorn may feel that his former partner was the right one for him, even if the relationship was under the influence of violence. You need to forgive your ex-partner, let him back into your world. Annual forecast Capricorn warns that this is not a good idea. The masculine and overly aggressive energy of Mars prompts you to take these steps. Impulsive returns have or will have the same result, an equally impulsive end, warns the annual Capricorn forecast. The second retrograde process of Mercury manifests itself at a time when the said Mars still acts on the 7th house. The curiosity that is part of this transit further encourages Capricorn to forgive their past partner's violent acts. Therefore, in this regard, annual forecast mainly warns single Capricorns about returns that can be dangerous. Other Capricorns have a lot to think about. Unfortunately, also intimate dissatisfaction. You think more about intimacy and become aware of areas of your dissatisfaction. Until May 15th, however, communicative Mercury is blocked and you now have a problem communicating about these problems. Relationships can also be more complicated with children, because you want to realize your dreams through them. And so, you can put more pressure on children than is healthy, warns the Capricorn annual forecast. In this year, Capricorn observes and especially perceives the retrograde movement of the ruling planet from June 17th to November 14th. Its influence manifests itself through the blocking of communication for each Capricorn. At these moments, Capricorn tries to express his opinions and thoughts more strongly. As a result of this retrograde Saturn, there are many thoughts that run through your mind, and it is likely that they will not allow you to sleep well and relax. In addition, in the mentioned period, several transits are directed to the love and relationships of Capricorn. Good relationships that describe several transits will be beneficial for several Capricorns. But Capricorn, who has not resolved his past, returns to these thoughts repeatedly. Negative feelings do not allow him to sleep. Thoughts, regrets and questions run through your head and disrupt your normal days. In order to feel peace again, you need to cleanse your karma during retrograde Saturn. Step by step, you should gradually reveal your secrets. And especially those in a relationship. Do not judge your partner harshly in a long-term relationship, but expect direct communication and truth from him. The last unfavorable transit that reveals disruptive energy in Capricorn is retrograde Mercury in the 9th house. Although Saturn is still retrograde in the 3rd house, its strength has been declining since September. And so, it is overcome by more favorable transits. Saturn's negative energies, which cause worry and insomnia, peak in July and the beginning of August. Later they are just a memory. Mercury manifests itself in the 9th house from August 23rd to September 15th. This complicated position of Mercury can distance Capricorn from what he feels and perceives. Mercury in this position directs your knowledge to many things. You can't fully concentrate on just one thing. Although many astrological aspects are now focused on work and related responsibilities, you tend to appreciate the traditional ways of life. You are now presenting your thoughts in a way that is difficult for you to understand. This complicated Mercury aspect can cause problems in communication with coworkers. You may not agree at work or make the wrong decision. Capricorn annual forecast advises you to analyze the situation more before you do something big. Mercury placed in this way also warns you that it is not suitable for a wedding or long-term plans. The Capricorn pregnancy horoscope highlights the dates when every Capricorn woman who is pregnant should pay attention. It is mainly the period from July 23rd to September 4th, when you should be more careful about your health. Pregnancy Annual Forecast advises you to eat a balanced diet and get enough rest. Do not do anything strenuous, take more care of your health. Your care must now be multiplied, reminds the Capricorn forecast in this period. The end of the year is manifested by very good relations. However, watch out for accidents or wrong decisions related to health, which, according to the chart in this period, are made in December. The second half of December brings a warning against excessive consumption of alcohol and also against overeating. A Capricorn's health could change from day to day under the influence of bad decisions. The horoscope also warns about driving under the influence of intoxicating substances throughout the year. Do not even get into the car with a person whom you suspect is unable to fully devote himself to driving for various reasons. Thanks to this, you will avoid many problems that could arise from these decisions, the annual Capricorn annual forecast warns in the end. Positive energies that affect Capricorn this year. Capricorn enters this year with Saturn placed in the zodiac sign Aquarius. The ruler placed in this way in the second house indicates the Capricorn's great ambitions. Material security is of interest to you now, and the action of Saturn in the second house is joined by Venus in this location in the early days. In January, however, Mars until the 12th and Mercury until the 18th of January are disruptively aspect. Despite this, these days Capricorn finds advantages for the future. Although the retrograde movement of two planets can cause self-doubt, you still discover a lot during this period. Thanks to the power of Venus and Saturn, the beginning of the year is ideal for household chores. You also analyze your past financial planning and the results of your work. Analysis is a good step at the beginning of the year. Summarize all the important things for you. If you are troubled by love, perceive how you did things in the past, how to do them better. If money is more your focus, explore how you can get more out of your ordinary days. The beginning of January is good for comparison and planning. The end of this month and the transition to the second month means comfortable strength and the beginning of active work and active focus. Venus in January's placement speaks at the end of January about good news for Capricorn, which mainly concerns financial security. The opening months of the year are oriented towards good family relationships and the strengthening of Capricorn's family relationships. Moreover, the position of Mars in the 7th house has already been mentioned in the prediction of negative aspects. However, this placement can also have advantages for some Capricorns. A single Capricorn is looking for strong partners, and he succeeds in that. Mars indicates subordinate behavior in Capricorn. And that doesn't always have to be a bad thing. Your partner will surely be pleased if you agree with him on some little things. The position of Mercury from April 21st to May 15th is more disruptive. Well, from a positive point of view, the possibility to observe the surroundings and your loved ones also manifests itself. You can connect more with their thinking and decision-making by talking less, listening, and observing more. Let yourself become an observer of the family, analyzing everything that may cause more negative energies in later moments. Thanks to the fact that Mercury will return your attention to past projects and things you wanted to do, you have the opportunity to take more care of the household, improving the environment and starting things that seemed impossible to you before. In addition, this Mercury can also bring you the right people. Not just those who are supposed to be forgotten. Past friendships that date back to childhood are important in these moments. And because of this, retrograde Mercury is a favorable transit for several Capricorns. In the later months of this year from June to August, your thoughts revolve around long-term relationships. Astrological aspects say that several questions now concern your relationships. but also past mistakes. Mercury placed in the 7th house during June is an extremely beneficial position for relationships and gives new meaning to your relationships. You will overcome the insomnia and distress that Saturn causes in some Capricorns through communication. And that's good news for any Capricorn who wants to enjoy the truth and pure energies in a relationship. Speak the truth, uncover secrets, demand the truth, advises the Capricorn prediction. Only if you purify your energies will the later months of the year be more harmonious. Capricorn Pregnancy Annual Forecast defines the most fertile days at the beginning of the year. Specifically, from the second half of January until April 21st. Later, the astrological aspects are correctly and favorably set at the end of the year from September until the first half of December. All these periods are fertile days for Capricorn, who wishes to expand his family in this year. However, in the second half of the year, the pregnancy horoscope advises much more caution for those women who become pregnant in the first half of the year. Take more care of your health. Eat better and don't forget your drinking regime, emphasizes the pregnancy horoscope for the Capricorn sign. The astrological chart says that the end of the year orients Capricorn in September and October to career and career advancement. Capricorn, who is looking for a job, is also doing well in these months. Unemployed Capricorn now has a chance to succeed. The last 2 months of this year will remind you of the importance of friendship. But also, that self-care is essential for a better future. A little selfishness does not hurt, the annual horoscope strongly reminds at the end of the prediction. Capricorn Love and Relationship Annual Forecast. In this part, fortune teller Sibylla focuses on evaluating the relationships of the entire year from the point of view of Capricorn's long-term partner relationships. Love Annual Forecast. Capricorn looks at your married and partner life and at the most important transits of the entire current year. Long-term relationships are harmonious at the beginning of the year. However, the disruptive aspect that manifests itself with Mercury until January 18th can have a more disruptive effect on long-term relationships. Under the influence of the astrological aspects of the first days of January, Capricorn tends to make hasty conclusions. Also, regarding relationships, the Relationship and Love Annual Forecast strongly advises you to avoid making final decisions about relationships with the arrival of this year. You may make decisions that will be irreversible. In Capricorn's relationship, Mercury placed at the entrance brings basic karma, which relates to self-development. Nevertheless, you are also examining your personal relationships, which may have been slightly threatened under the influence of disturbing aspects. Communication is blocked, so it is possible that you will say words to your partner that you will later regret. Horoscope advises to cultivate patience and consideration in this regard. Later, from January 18th until March 25th, you enjoy excellent relationships, especially from family relationships and those with your children. Children make you happy. They don't do things that would disturb you on your personal journey. Finances are not a concern for you now, under the influence of properly aligned Mercury. From March 25th, however, the first important transit for Capricorn's long-term relationships comes. Mars passing through the house of partnership and marriage complicates all Capricorn personal relationships. It can cause wrong decisions, but also arguments that will have more permanent consequences. Mars appears in this influence until May 20th. And in the meantime, the second retrograde process of Mercury is added to it, which also complicates the relationship of the long-term engaged Capricorn. Impulsivity affects Capricorn now. Capricorn considers the zodiac to be a master of self-control. However, this gift, or rather a strong characteristic feature of Capricorn, will be disturbed with the passage of Mars through the 7th house. A disciplined and responsible Capricorn gradually becomes a bohemian person. One who wants to enjoy a lot and now. Impulsivity is also reflected in long-term Capricorn relationships. Your partner may now feel that your attention is flying, not focused on his feelings. And you are thinking how you would enrich your relationship with something new, and maybe even crazy. Mars gives love ideas that conflict with Capricorn's self-control. The energy that moves over Capricorn can cause annoyance. You want everything fast, now. Mainly in connection with long-term relationships. If you are a Capricorn who is thinking about expanding the family and having the first or next baby, the Pregnancy Capricorn annual forecast predicts that this desire of yours has been fulfilled with the arrival of the year, or will be with its end. Anyway, a Capricorn who longs for this step and is unfulfilled can now put a lot of pressure on his partner. The energy of Mars also exerts another disruptive effect on Capricorn. You are more submissive in a relationship. This can cause Capricorn to resist the partner's demands. Since retrograde Mercury also blocks your sense of communication, it is obvious that this aspect will cause several misunderstandings and arguments in a personal, long-term Capricorn relationship. During the action of Mars, many Capricorns focus mainly on their own person. You need to bring more romance and love into your soul. However, Mercury retrograde from April 21st to May 15th blocks your expression of feelings towards others. This whole aspect of Mars hand in hand with retrograde Mercury is disruptive for those Capricorns who love gradual progress in a relationship. Now things are happening fast, laboriously in your mind. You can push your partner into decisions that he would not like to rush. He needs more time for that. However, under the influence of these astrological aspects, you want your relationship to progress faster. You want to push things in a new direction. You don't want to wait any longer for your partner's decision. Since Mars placed in the 7th house makes you a subordinate person, your decisions are often not listened to, and you feel frustrated with a long-lasting relationship with your partner. In addition, this frustration is compounded by Venus placed in the 5th astrological house between March and April. This period is very disruptive for Capricorn's long-term partner relationships. Venus in this location multiplies your attractiveness. It prompts you to take steps in a relationship that you may later regret. Venus with such a placement speaks of affairs that arise in your life. It gives Capricorn such an inner and outer radiance that is charismatic to others. Not only do you attract the attention of others, your dissatisfaction with a long-term relationship and its slow development may encourage you to enter relationships that you think will make you more satisfied. However, the opposite is true, warns the horoscope of love and relationships for this year. Fortunately, the vibration of these energies will only last until May 20th. Already in the month of May, you feel these energies more gently, because the negative aspects of Mars are overcome by Venus located in the 7th house. Venus placed in this way is also extremely important for Capricorn relationships on a wider level. Energies calm down. You can look back on the past and know that the pressure you exerted on your partner was excessive. Thanks to Venus in the 7th house, you will realize that you are not giving your partner as much attention as they deserve. Venus in the 7th house reminds you that you must not be a selfish person as you have been for the past period. Being selfish in a long-term relationship does not pay off. You push only your needs to the fore and forget the needs of your partner. The Sun moves into the 7th house from June to July. This key position for good personal relationships for Capricorn is here to calm the Capricorn previous bad decisions. How the second decade of the year will develop in the area of your love relationships depends on how you behave towards your partner during the unpleasant transits of the year. The first half of the year can be more challenging for any Capricorn in a long-term partnership. As the Sun moves into the 7th house, from June to July, you feel closer to your partner. Understanding opens up again in your life. Understanding now is essential to soothe previous discomforts. However, you behaved at the beginning of this year, you can fix everything now. The months of June and July are also suitable for communication due to their excellent position of Mercury. Also, to solve any problems that are bothering you in the relationship. The second part of the year, the months from August to the end of this year, are suitable for thinking about your career. Capricorn is also thinking about career advancement. As for personal relationships, the final months of the year, October, November, and December, are very important. They identify Capricorn with friends who are close to him. It is your friends who can now offer you good advice for the future. The final 2 months of the year, November and December, are specific due to the placement of several important astrological aspects in the 12th house. This position can redirect Capricorn's attention to their own inner self. Capricorn will work with inner emotions. At the end of the year, you expect a deep expression of feelings from your partner. You need to feel and perceive his closeness. At the end of the year, every long-term engaged Capricorn has a desire to achieve emotional security. Due to Mercury retrograde happening for the 4th time of the year, it is possible that your own expressions of love may be blocked in terms of communication. The horoscope recommends that you touch your partner more in December. Don't forget hugs, kisses, and caresses. Even the small steps you take towards improving your long-lasting relationship may be well received by your partner in this year. Remember that the present is here and now. Don't just focus on the future. Don't let the prospect of the future cause wrinkles on your forehead. If you don't know how to show your love to your partner after the difficult first episode of the year, it is advisable to get to his heart, even through intellectual rapprochement. As the Capricorn forecast predicts, this year there are also suitable opportunities for communication with a partner. Throughout the year, the fortune telling advises you to bet on honesty, which is essential for a long-term relationship. Although the disruptive energies of Mars at the beginning of this year can damage long-term relationships, the door to love is still open to you. However, it is necessary to overcome the action of Saturn and Venus in the retrograde process. The horoscope does not predict any big storms, although a lot will depend on how Capricorn approaches the months of March, April, and May. Disruptive energies make Capricorn make decisions that they may later regret. Your home planet, Saturn, strongly affects energies, especially in the second decade of the year. Through this planet, you perceive the influence on your family, including on children, who deserve more of your attention in the second half of this year. Therefore, in the second quarter of this year, Capricorns may feel more uncertainty related to a long-term relationship and their own decisions. With the arrival of this year, all astrological aspects encourage Capricorn to cleanse their inner energy of negative aura. Karma that is connected to the past does not allow you to move forward. Clean yourself from unpleasant thoughts. However, flourishing family relationships, which the horoscope predicts in the family and friendship horoscope, will be a support for your strength and energy, which you need to overcome a more difficult period with your partner. Strong family relationships help Capricorns in the months of the year, which are manifested by more difficult moments and more demanding decisions. Horoscope for single Capricorns. The love forecast is also related to those Capricorns who are looking for love. Fortune teller 𝙃𝙚𝙧𝙧𝙗 also prepared a prediction for Capricorns who want to learn more about which dates are suitable for meeting a soulmate in this year. The forecast for the whole year will give you fortune telling even for single Capricorns. In this section, you will learn what astrological aspects will affect your love. Thanks to the position of Mercury in January, many Capricorns realize that they are comfortable with their solitude. Single Capricorn does not look to the future. Rather, he evaluates his past decisions and whether these decisions were correct. If you are facing the past and unpleasant memories, don't worry. The more disruptive energies of Mercury retrograde will fade on January 18th. From this period, the astrological chart talks about extremely favorable days. Thus, a single Capricorn has a chance to meet very interesting people from the second part of January, in the months of February and March. In order to avoid the unpleasant arrival of Mars in the 7th house from March 25th, it is necessary to prepare for slower progress throughout the year. Several retrograde planets from April until the end of this year do not predict much success for those Capricorns who want to find fateful happiness. But the horoscope assumes that Capricorn will perfectly identify with his past. However, the movement of Mars in the 7th astrological house, from March 25th to May 20th, is a warning. These days, there are energies that can summon an ex-partner. And that's especially so if your relationships were violent. Capricorn considers whether it is a good time to return to an ex-partner under the influence of disruptive Mars. However, the horoscope for singles strongly warns you to avoid these steps, especially if your relationship with your ex-partner was problematic, full of violence. Capricorn is a zodiac sign that should guard its inner shell. If someone has hurt you in the past, assume they will do it again. So, the horoscope advises you to make wise decisions. The disruptive energy of Mars is joined by retrograde Mercury in the 5th house from April 21st. The latter complicates the relationships of the single Capricorn even more. You long for romance, emotional security, love. However, this power of Mercury also prompts you to connect your feelings with the past. Capricorn's past is complicated. Capricorn often remembers mainly the good things and forgets the bad ones. And precisely the period from March 25th to the end of May can drive you into the arms of your ex-partner because of these twisted thoughts. And until the renewal of the past relationship. However, the Capricorn prediction does not believe that this decision is a good idea. All the bad things that were disturbing in the past will appear again. In addition, the planet Venus in the 5th house also affects Capricorn at these moments. Again, it talks about Capricorn making very bad decisions regarding relationships. Under the influence of this Venus, you rely on your own decisions, and you do not perceive what your friends or loved ones advise you. For many Capricorns, it happens that they get involved in a relationship with a specified partner. These affairs will not last long. They will enrich you with many problems and tears, warns the annual horoscope. Disturbing aspects can only be avoided if you connect with yourself. The past must be forgotten. You only have to look ahead. The perception of the present moment is also extremely important, especially for those Capricorns who cannot decide whether to start a relationship with their chosen partner or not. Here the horoscope has a definite answer in this period. You should end all relationships in which you can harm other people. Only then can you focus on yourself and who you really are. The second decade of the year, Saturn placed in the 3rd house, gives you many opportunities to connect with yourself. If you survive the first part of the year to be proud of your decisions, there will be a period when the single Capricorn will receive many opportunities for happiness. The horoscope for singles for this year predicts greater compatibility in love with the Pisces, Libra, Scorpio signs and with another Capricorn. You will find love with these zodiac signs. But look for it in the long run. Annual forecast for Capricorn does not recommend short-term relationships. The horoscope says that you would make the wrong decision. From this point of view, short-term romances are not a good step for a balanced atmosphere in Capricorn's life. In connection with the Aquarius sign, you do not achieve high compatibility. You may feel more alone than before. In the second decade of the year, each single Capricorn supports his own mental development. Thanks to the personal growth that the second half of the year predicts, you are an extremely attractive person to those around you. The final Thursday presupposes Capricorn's orientation towards work duties and friendly relationships. Friends born under the sign of Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, or Capricorn are potential partners for every Capricorn in this year. You know that friendship is very valuable. On the other hand, you can see some of your friends with new eyes. The end of the year, specifically the month of December, is an opportunity to get to know fateful love. The horoscope defines transits that predict excitement and social events, but also new contacts in the final quarter of this year. Family relations and friendship horoscope for Capricorns. The horoscope of family relationships perceives the positive development of relationships in the family and with friends. The start of the entire year is manifested by the favorable placement of Venus in the 4th astrological house. The position of the Sun is also favorable, which indicates better compatibility with your siblings and parents. After January's retrograde planets fade away, Capricorn goes deeper into his own inner self, but also perceives improved family relationships. In this period, you realize yourself through communication, even through moderate interpersonal relationships. Venus in the 4th house is a key position for harmonizing all family relationships that may have been unresolved in the previous period. Any unresolved disputes from the past relate to the month of March. You will be reminded of these relationships by Mars in the 7th house from March 25th. Relationships that are mainly related to long-term past relationships can bring negative energies and feelings into your life. To overcome these negative vibes towards Capricorn, you need to have someone around you that you trust. In April, the horoscope predicts that this trustworthy person who will give you excellent advice will be someone from your household. It can be not only parents, but also your children, who now understand you perfectly. Your family relationships will be much more harmonious later. There is a period from May to August when a very favorable development of relations is expected. From June to August, every Capricorn has the opportunity to improve interpersonal relationships and even family relationships. Friendlies only get to speak in the 2nd stage of the year. That's when several astrological planets focus on the 11th house of friendship and the future. The Capricorn mind is also focused on obtaining information about future needs. The last quarter of this year is a period of understanding. You understand your family members more than before. Moreover, even your friends are now identified with past decisions. Capricorn is now an understanding parent. You can guide children correctly, advise them, help them. In addition, the Capricorn pregnancy horoscope says that the 2nd decade of the year can enrich Capricorns with a new addition to the family. If you desire it and your partner agrees with it, this dream of yours will come true. Every relationship at the end of the year will be enriched with a lot of joy and sincere interpersonal connections. You enjoy the closeness of loved ones and excellent interpersonal relationships. Social events also await you, from October to December. You can also use social events to connect your family members with friends. At the beginning of this year, some members of your family may perceive you as a slightly selfish person. However, selfishness is removed from your life just as the last quarter arrives. Capricorn friendships are especially important in the final months. You should avoid gossip and toxic relationships, especially with Aquarius and Leo signs. The mentioned 2 zodiac signs threaten your good interpersonal relationships in this year, and especially from the point of view of friendship. At the beginning of the year, you distance yourself from several meetings with friends, which may disturb your own integrity and the feelings of your friends. None of your friends will beat your hard box. Moreover, you don't want to listen to their opinions and attitudes towards your decisions. However, the 2nd part of the year will be the opposite. Then you actively look for your closest friends. You consider them to be the most valuable commodity in your life. With the arrival of October, you no longer feel the cold and isolation. And that until the beginning of 2024. In addition, for some single Capricorns, a friend can also become a partner. This year may mean that a certain friend will betray you. However, the love horoscope predicts that you will also tend to slander others. Even you can be tempted into bad paths by toxic friends. Enjoy the end of the year thanks to clean relationships. Don't forget to give a nice gift to the people you care about. Capricorn Work and Finance Forecast. In this part, the horoscope discusses the work duties, but also the Capricorn's financial affairs. This year can be interesting for Capricorn, who works as an employee, entrepreneur. It can also be a turning point for those who take care of the household. Capricorn's work is also very important in this year. Will this period be successful for you? Are you expecting changes in your career progression? Should you be worried about being fired or starting new projects? Several astrological aspects, according to the astrological chart, encourage Capricorn to be active. Your activity is essential, even if you think you have well-established career options. Several retrograde planets affecting Capricorn, especially in the middle of this year, predict that career can be an important part of your future. How you approach several decisions in this year will be crucial for the following period. Your ruling planet Saturn goes retrograde from June 17th to November 14th. Saturn comes through the third house during the year. It means an influx of valuable things for Capricorn. Maybe you will direct your energy to your family. Under the influence of cosmic energies, you will face various work complications. You are a person who helps others overcome obstacles during this period. 𝙃𝙚𝙧𝙧𝙃 mentioned this transit first, because until June 17th the chart predicts no disturbing career-related astrological aspects. Finances are affected by astrological aspects as soon as January arrives. Venus roams the second house throughout January. This position of the planet of love, but also the planet that is responsible for finances, assumes that Capricorn's attention is mainly focused on obtaining a better financial status. Capricorn is now very interested in a better financial position. You want to improve your financial budget. It is clear that you will be looking for ways that your work can enrich your budget. This Venus makes it possible for Capricorn to climb the career ladder. As soon as January means that a promotion or an extraordinary job opportunity related to better financial security may occur for some Capricorns. Men born under the Capricorn sign will also receive an interesting offer. Someone may appear in your life, probably a woman, who will offer you a job opportunity. Such an opportunity that cannot be refused from the point of view of financial well-being. If you have bad intentions at work, and you already thought about leaving last year, maybe this job opportunity will be the right one for you. The most significant astrological influence on the career direction of Capricorns will not be until the second part of this year. From July, Capricorn's attention is again focused on career. After overcoming the more distracting astrological aspects related to your personal life, there are days when you have to turn your attention back to work matters. You will have to catch up on everything you missed at the beginning of the year, or in the first 5 months. As early as June, there will be more pressure on your person. Several astrological aspects affect the 8th astrological house. You will have to be more interested in your household. It may happen that electrical appliances break down, or you plan a minor renovation. Anyway, in June, many responsibilities will be on your shoulders. And this despite the fact that you also have to pay more attention to your partner than before. Single Capricorns, on the other hand, have many opportunities to meet their fateful love, which are also intertwined with many work duties. August is the most ideal month for comprehensive relaxation of body and soul. But only until August 23rd. At that time, Capricorn is also interested in traveling abroad, getting to know cultures, tasting food. However, Mars in the 10th house from August 27th brings enormous energy and strength into Capricorn's life. The driving force from the planet Mars means that this planet gives Capricorn the possibility of career growth and overcoming the competition. This planetary aspect is manifested by the enormous competitiveness of Capricorn. The otherwise slow-moving Capricorn thus becomes a predatory person who longs to achieve more. Several Capricorns will consider changing jobs during this period. You may also come into conflict with coworkers who do not have the same opinion as you about your current status. Anyway, now you're hitting your head against the wall. This masculine energy from the planet Mars is favorable for Capricorn, who finds himself in a job he hates. In the second part of the year, Mars will provide you with several good opportunities for change in life. Make changes that will be beneficial for your psyche and future well-being. In addition, from October, Mercury lends Capricorn excellent communication skills. They are a powerful weapon for unemployed Capricorns. If you are wondering which months are the most favorable for your career, promotion and career advancement, they are the months of September, October, November and also December. The mentioned period is a turning point for Capricorn's career. Although there will be many work duties, you will overcome them thanks to the power of Mars. Last but not least, you will fulfill your dream of starting something new. Perhaps you will belong to the Capricorns who will start a business. Capricorn working in the household now also has more responsibilities than in the first half of the year. Under the influence of responsibilities, you are thinking whether you need a helper in your household to help you with household chores. Capricorn's financial budget seems to be in good harmony, so there should be nothing to prevent you from having someone help you with the housework at least once a week. If you can find such a person in your family, you have won. When the astrological aspects focus on the 12th house in the last months of this year, it is obvious that Capricorn will slow down its rapid progress slightly. You will focus on things related to personal development. The final months of the year are ideal for improving the average of students born under the Capricorn sign. Each of you is now interested in education, in encouraging your knowledge. This increase in knowledge also helps Capricorn in career advancement, including for 2024. What you learn this year will help you in the next year, underlines the annual work and finance horoscope in this period. From a financial point of view, the horoscope assesses only the month of January directly related to the financial budget and financial well-being. However, the month of August will be manifested by the lunar full moon in the second house. Thanks to this aspect, Capricorn can get rich with extra money. In the beginning of August, you can look forward to an improvement in the financial budget. You should invest the money in this year's vacation of this year. In order to rest well, however, do not take out any loans for the vacation of this year. Use the money that is your own for your relaxation. From an overall perspective, this year is not suitable for loans. Moreover, you should not lend money to other people either. Guard your money. Big expenses are not a good idea during the year. New career opportunities come only with the second part of the year, for which every Capricorn should prepare well. The final months of the year, specifically the months of November and December, are therefore stable for Capricorn's finances and career advancement. Astrological aspects placed in the 12th house predict self-confidence and the development of Capricorn knowledge. Thanks to this, the year 2024 can be much more beneficial for the Capricorn career. At the end of the year, the horoscope does not predict any extraordinary opportunities to seize a new job opportunity. However, an unemployed Capricorn is very competitive, so he has the opportunity to discover new possibilities to be satisfied in what he does. Venus in the 10th house from the 8th of November to the 4th of December predicts success in every decision of a Capricorn who wants to change jobs. Health forecast for Capricorn. In this section, 𝙃𝙚𝙧𝙧𝙃 deals with the prediction of health and vitality, as well as advice that helps Capricorns in better health. From an overall point of view, the astrological annual chart predicts transits that can be difficult for Capricorn's health. There comes a time when Capricorn will have to slow down. This year is associated with several problems that will appear from the past. Even karma will remind you of what diseases you ignored in the past. Preventive inspections that you forgot about in the past period must be completed immediately with the arrival of this year. If you're stressed all year long, chances are that stress will have a devastating effect on your health. Capricorn will face various problems throughout the year. You are prone to problems with rheumatism, spine problems, injuries, and depression. However, problems of a physical and psychological nature can be soothed if you accept the advice that the health horoscope wants to present to you. You can protect your health by taking steps for better eating and a healthier lifestyle. The horoscope says that Capricorn is associated with oils in this year that can support his overall health. In this year, your oil of the year is orange oil, tangerine oil, and also lemon oil. All the fresh citrus scents unlock a healthier perception of your body through your mind. Thanks to the smell of orange, you overcome even stressful periods at work, which mainly come with many obligations from the June. However, even personal problems are easier to overcome if you place these oils in an aroma lamp at home or at your workplace. Oracle 𝙃𝙀𝙧𝙃𝙮 likes to buy oils of the highest quality. The color of this year for every Capricorn is brown, orange, and shades of pink. Last but not least, these colors are associated with the chakra, which deserves your attention in this year. Energy centers, chakras, are the system of your body. If this system is disturbed, it causes many complications in your world. Capricorn Health Annual Forecast advises that during this period you should mainly focus on healing and supporting your sacral chakra. The second chakra is associated with the color orange and the mentioned essential oils. Thanks to the fact that you place orange accessories in your home, you can support the function of the sacral chakra throughout this year, which will probably be disturbed. You will feel the disruption of the sacral chakra for the first time in March. Then you cannot explore where your life is going. You don't feel emotionally safe. The energy is suppressed by the guilt you feel about your long-term relationship or your personal development. You encounter these feelings in the second quarter of this year. In order to eliminate problems in your relationship with yourself, it is necessary to heal the sacral chakra. And these problems can be the birthplace of other health problems. Therefore, it is essential to get them under control. However, a disharmonious sacral chakra also manifests itself in physical problems. Digestive problems await you. Furthermore, often occurring pain in the spine and cervical spine. Women born under the sign of Capricorn should also expect pain in the lower abdomen. 𝙃𝙀𝙧𝙃𝙀𝙧 advises you to pay attention to overall female health. The horoscope also warns every pregnant woman born under the sign of Capricorn to be extremely careful with her health throughout the year. The pregnancy horoscope in this period certainly told you which months of the year are favorable for a Capricorn pregnancy. However, the health horoscope warns that you should rest more and focus mainly on taking enough vitamins. For pregnant women born under the Capricorn sign, it is essential to balance the sacral chakra. Harmonize the sacral chakra through the color orange. Support it through the scent of orange or other citrus fruits. Last but not least, definitely meditation. Conscious breathing, where you feel energy flowing into your body with inhalation and negative feelings leaving with exhalation, is also an important step to support your health in this year. And not only mental health. Throughout this year, it is necessary to focus on proper nutrition. In general, Capricorn knows how to eat properly. Capricorns often belong to people who have good eating habits throughout their lives. The horoscope in this period reminds you to maintain this habit during this year as well. It is advisable to include spinach, citrus fruits, more protein and whole grain bread in your diet. You need more fiber, but also protein to make your diet balanced. Capricorn must supplement the body with calcium. It is likely that your regular diet does not supply you with the necessary amount of calcium. This mineral is important not only for teeth and bones. It is essential for the activity of cells and muscles. And of course, for the total energy during the year. Capricorn should not forget about fish and the good fats contained in avocados. Avocados are also a great source of fiber. Likewise, leafy greens should be a part of every Capricorn's diet. You will protect your health throughout the year by remembering to drink regularly. Getting enough sleep, exercise, recreation, and de-stressing after work are essential steps for a Capricorn to keep their health in balance. The most influential astrological aspects related to your health come at the end of the year. At that time, the horoscope warns every Capricorn about addictive substances, which will now manifest themselves in full, negative force. In order to close this year without unpleasant accidents or other health-related complications, it is necessary to increase caution. In the final quarter of this year, beware of activities performed under the influence of an addictive substance. Do not sit in the car with a person who is prone to alcoholism or to the use of drugs, which damage not only the organism, but also the attention while driving. Just as much caution is required for those Capricorns who have risky jobs. If at the end of the year you will be renovating your home or doing work around the house, you need to be more careful about yourself and your health. The whole year warns against a Capricorn's lack of attention. This year seems to be difficult in terms of personal relationships and career. And so, it may happen that the range of duties does not allow you to concentrate on driving or other activities that may endanger you. Your health can change from day to day. And that is why the horoscope reminds once again that it is necessary to undergo preventive examinations in the first month of this year. Don't ignore the pains that bother you. These pains want to tell you that something is wrong in your body. Address any issues you feel. For better mental health, the horoscope recommends more physical movement. The better relationships you find at the end of this year can also support your mental resilience. Therefore, try your best to build more understanding, meaningful, and long-lasting relationships, advises the annual Capricorn Forecast. Whatever problems tire you in this year, remember that you will always find support in a close person who loves you. Try to tune other members of your family to the wave of health, through a healthier lifestyle. Capricorn also warns the prediction against excessive consumption of sweetened drinks, which are harmful not only to your health. Dear friends, this was an overview of the year 2023. Listen to predictions for others, and find out more facts about the year and its effects on your friends, family members, and you. Horoscope and Divination wish you all the best in this stunning year. According to Chinese astrology, 2023 is the year of Water Rabbit, when good things are coming. Listen to Chinese horoscopes 2023 as well and be ready for this year. Subscribe to our channel for more information from the zodiac world. Remember to support us by subscription. In the description below, you will find links for all essential horoscopes. Know yourself better with the Horoscope Divination site. With free horoscopes and tarot readings. Wish you all the best in 2023.